Well, good morning. My name is Sadie, and you have found my Flosstube, where I talk about cross stitch and sometimes talk about any sewing projects that I've done, mainly project bags and portfolios. So welcome! If this is your first time, and for anyone that's returning, welcome back. I am back in the States, as you can see. I am in my familiar craft room, and this is a pretty late video. I normally put a video out on Wednesdays, but it is Saturday morning. I have kind of been on the struggle bus this week because I came back from Australia, from the Mirabilia retreat out there. And on the way back, I got COVID. And on top of that, I am jet lagged, was trying to get back on US time. And I was lucky enough to get this week as the long week at work, which means I have to work like 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. from Monday through Sunday. So I'm struggling. Thankfully, it's near the end. I'm in that delirious phase of like, tomorrow's my last day of work. I get Monday and Tuesday off, and then I'm back on the plane for for a conference for work in California. So I've been getting a little bit of stitching done, not a lot, but I definitely was not going to get my video out on time. I've just been so exhausted. Finally, I'm back on Eastern time with sleep. But with the whole COVID and working, I've been sleeping a lot more and trying to get all my energy. So I think finally yesterday I started feeling a little bit like my normal self. And then I think today and tomorrow, and the rest of the week I'll be getting better. So last time we chatted, we were in Australia. And then I did my Flosstube extra just about the retreat itself. I showed there the projects that I worked on and the haul that I got from there. Today, since that was a Flosstube extra, I'm gonna still show those projects that I showed at that retreat, plus the ones that I've been working on since then. And I also have a lot of haul because when I came back, the next day I went to my LNS, my local needle shop store, and I got my pre-orders from Nashville Needlework Market, so that'll be exciting to show you. And I've also gotten a few haul goodies of patterns and stuff and kits that just came through the mail that I got to enjoy. So we'll see how long this is because I have to head to work. It's just that since I couldn't do I just was so exhausted last night, and I thought, okay, let's just get this video rolling. So I don't think we're going to be able to do this chronologically. I'm going to try, but the first one that I'll show, which is probably the one I haven't worked on I worked on it a little bit after the retreat, but it is Leo, one of the zodiac signs from Nora Corbett. And if y'all have probably seen this fabric many times because of Sagittarius, and I'll show her as well. But here we go. This is Leo. And I've been having a lot of fun with her. Like, the majority of these colors have been with the Karen water lilies, and I absolutely love the water lilies. And then here, I don't know if you guys have really gotten a good look at Aries. This one's Aries. Got work on top. And then that's her hair, kind of getting into the horn. I haven't done their faces yet, but I'm at that point where I could start their faces. And then this is all three of them together. As y'all have probably seen, because Sagittarius I started in November. My goal was to have them all on the same fabric based off of their elemental signs. So these three are all considered fire signs. And I put them on the appropriately named fabric Fire Dancer by Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. And I believe it's a 32 count and it's linen. So Leo's the one that's gotten all of the attention so far. And then at the retreat, the two projects that I worked on were Stone Roses and Autumn Mermaid. Stone Roses, I just did the dedicated time at the retreat, but I did get to work further on the Autumn Mermaid. So I'll show Stone Roses first. And I'm going to try to do something new with the videos where like I can show what it's gonna look like fully finished and then show what my last progress was and then show you here what the progress is now. And so this one is Stone Roses. She is a lot of those whites and beige, which is the reason why I picked such a colorful background. I wanted her to be able to pop. And I believe at this point, this little spot here is where her foot is. So I've just been working around those tiny little circles, which are the roses down here, these little things, and then just working on all the swaths of cloth that are around her. So my goal was to get completed on either side of that bottom piece of Stone Roses, and then from there I'm probably going to start working bottom up on her body to get her fully completed, and then I'll work from the middle down. This was with the beautiful fabric Chloris from Under the Sea Fabrics, and this one is a 28 count linen. I was gonna say, this is definitely a fat half. They have both of them, but it's definitely a fat half. Alright, and then the next one are the seasonal mermaid sal from Bella Filipina, which I had already completed the first two. So, this one's spring and this one's summer. And I've been happily working on autumn. So, trying to get in. Really what I was working on is her skin and on those leaves. I was really happy that I got to get the tail. Oh, and I finally got my cry neck. So I put in some work with the cry neck on her tail to at least fill it out. But I've been doing the skin. With her, I am doing the 2/1 half cross. And I've been enjoying it a lot. You guys have like heard me talk about my snafu with the other two. Like with these two, I did 2/1 full cross. And boy, like it looks pretty, but very chunky. Like it just feels really stiff. So this time, to at least make them look consistent, I've done the 2/1 half cross. And not only is doing half crosses really fast, because you just have to do half of a stitch, but so far I think the coverage is looking good. I'm contemplating in doing that for another project. I don't know which one in the future. I'll definitely do it for the Winter Mermaid because I want them to all be consistent. That may be the person that I'll see if I like the coverage for that fair skin, since like a lot of Mirabilia's and even some of Bella Filipina's models, patterns have fair-skinned women. I am considering about that 2/1 because I like it to look full. I do like a chunky stitch. I like that it can poof out a little compared to the fabric. I'm not a big fan of like having that fabric come out through, especially on the skin. So we'll see. If I feel like there's good coverage when it comes to the Winter Mermaid, that may be my bet of just doing 2/1. Like I said, we'll see. And then the main project that I've been working on here is Regina Haible, the sampler. That's the one that so far has been the stitch that I've done on the planes, both going to Australia and coming back. I've been working on this one all week like a mad woman. That's, I think, the one that I am hopefully going to get done this weekend before April 1st. It's been so fun doing it. Granted, I am close to being, like, not burned out, but I am close to being tired of an alphabet because this one had 4. Yep, this one has, like, print, calligraphy, goth, and then the lowercase. So it has the alphabet 4 times. And I'm almost to that point where I'm about to be done with an alphabet. There are 1 or 2 projects that I have that are sampler style. And probably after that, I may be done and say, okay, I dabbled in samplers and I'm done. They're cute. They're adorable. Don't want to do it. Watch me next year convert to all samplers. Who knows? So, without further ado, here is Regina Haible. And yeah, I got all the alphabet done. I think I'm being picky about that sign. Yep. All the alphabet done. I got that top border in with the crown. And I'm starting on the motifs in the bottom. I was really happy because I mentioned before that I wanted to replace the name very similar to Cam the Stitcher. So this is a color conversion and a fabric conversion to match the threads that Cam from Cam the Stitcher recommended. And it has been hilarious because she finally put out her 1-to-1 conversion of which DMC she replaced with these. Goodness gracious. Is it? You would think that I would remember what these are. I'll have to post it here writing. With these types of threads, which I haven't worked with before. This is the first time. And they actually feel good. But every single one, I got off. We had 0 in common. So hers will likely turn out completely different to mine. But still the same aesthetic. And then she is changing the name of Regina Haible to the character in Nosferatu. And I changed mine to Mina Harker, who is the character in Dracula. So I'm currently listening to the audiobook Dracula, and I first got introduced to Mina when I watched League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. She was a complete femme fatale, amazing, gorgeous, superhero, superwoman type of thing. And the fact that she was in Dracula and I'm getting to know her there, that's who I wanted to represent in my sampler. So I think I was really nervous last time I've chatted with y'all because I was putting in all the muted colors. And then finally, once the darker colors started coming in, then I got really happy with it. And I said, okay, this really is a gothic sampler. She is almost done. Like I said, I'm hoping to be done this weekend. So those are my whips. And then now it's really coming into haul. No sewing projects. I've currently got a Hot Mess Express going on here, where I've just got cut bands to make binding and all these different fabrics. It is going to be super cute. Look at this. Aren't they adorable? No, it's too much. Too much. So I'm making a portfolio. With this. My goal with that, because I got decent amount of fabric, I want to do portfolio with a project bag, with a thread gatherer. I am making this a very fancy portfolio. So that's coming in the works. I'll show you that when it gets done. But let's go into kits. So I will show you guys, without being suspenseful, the picks that I got for the Nashville Needlework Market. I went back to confirm and I got 7. Granted, there were probably 10 or 12 total that I really enjoyed looking at and would have loved to stitch, but I only got 7. I had to pace myself, and those came in, so I will show those. And Reese is really nice. She just puts them all in this paper bag. And then in the United States, it's been interesting because Reese sells these scissors, which are super cute. And I've never had a hard time bringing these scissors around the airport, but in Australia, they were not happy with them. So I got mine confiscated through TSA. I got 2 confiscated through the Australia airport. So they're not happy. The reason they said is that the x-ray showed that these are too sharp. So I would recommend, if you're going like internationally, probably try to get some kid-friendly scissors or like blunted scissors, so that like in your carry-on, check bag, it doesn't matter, but carry-on, I would recommend that. So I need to find some kid scissors if I ever go international again, because I don't want my pretty scissors taken away anymore. So I did that. Got those scissors again, because I told her, I said, Reese, they took them away from me. I need some more. All right, without further ado, I'm just going to pull them as they have been here. So first one was Artsy Housewife's Bun Bun. And I saw the first one that I really enjoyed from her was Geraldine. I think it was Geraldine's Flowers. And that's the one with the bear and the flowers, and it is super adorable. I haven't ever done an Artsy Housewife, and her borders do intimidate me, but I do, like, I like the whole aesthetic, and I want to do it with the borders. So when I saw Bun Bun, like, this bunny reminds me of Bunny Kula, and I just said, yes, I want this bunny, and I would love to stitch this and stitch Geraldine Flowers and have them together, like framed somewhere. But this is the pattern. Her way of making these animals realistic, but in an artistic fashion, is amazing. She does such a good job. That's Bun Bun. The next one that I got, and I'm gonna bring out the fabric. Like I said, I'm a hot mess in this place. There we go. So the next one is from Lindy Stitches, and this one's Morning Musings. And like I said, I'm not like a house fruitful person, but I love the colors, and I really like the message. Like, that really kind of hit as a reminder of, for me, like, why I do my work, why people do the jobs that they do sometimes. And so I would love to get this stitched ASAP and have it hanging at work. And not just for me, but if anyone ever comes in my office, they can see it as well. And it's like a gentle reminder. So I picked the fabric for this one already. This one's a crazy hot pink. Like, look how crazy it is. And I don't know, in my mind, I feel like these would go well. Like, definitely those pairs will pop out because it's like green, red, kind of, they're pretty much contrast to each other, complements. And then go from there. I just wanted it to be crazy. So this is the fabric I'll stitch it on. I'm gonna do DMC, and then, because she does dinky dyes and weak works, but she also gives the DMC conversions. I'll see if any of them have like a lot of variegation. If some of those threads do, then I may use what I have in stash similar to it, like Parrot Robins, but the rest I'll do in DMC. So that's Morning Musings. And then this one is a classic favorite. Yes, I had to have it. Pigeon and Puddle. No, I saw this pigeon just looking at the puddle and asking, who am I? What am I doing here? What am I doing? It just, it felt so pensive. So, definitely want to work on that. And then I was so happy that Erin came out with a pattern and came out with a couple for Autumn Lane Stitchery. So, I got the Summoner, and I absolutely love it. Like, it is so comic book illustration. I love it, the contrast of the black with these colors, and that he lets the background come out, so you have to pick a pretty cool background, and I think your background can definitely change the tone of this piece. And then when I saw that this is part of a series, so the other one that's part of this is the collectors, I was like, well, now I need the collectors. But then now I'm nervous because I'm just like, how many of these is he going to put out? And so we will, we'll see. But I absolutely loved it. On Instagram, I'm following someone who's like 60% done stitching this. I think they stitched all the black and now they're going into the color and it looks so good. So I'm excited for getting ready to stitch this at some point. I don't think it'll be this year, but maybe next year. And then we got 2 more. And so this one is a sampler. This one's Parkington Manor sampler by Rosewood Manor. And again, I've never done a Rosewood Manor sampler before. But I do like flowers and I love the bouquet look. I love calligraphy style alphabets. I like if they're interesting. You can't just give me a print, like a Times New Roman, Comic Sans. I don't know. You can't just give me a plain old alphabet. It's got to be artistic in nature, and then I will consider stitching it. So I got this, but then I wanted this to really pop. I wanted to make it stand out a lot. And since these were a lot of light blues, what perfect fabric than orange? So that's where the fabric that I got from the retreat is this one. So I am envisioning this fabric with this pattern. That's the goal. So I already got the fabric, and this one uses Weeks Dye Works. So again, I don't work with specialty flosses a lot, so I'll just have to see if there is any of them that are heavily variegated, and if they are, I'll get those, but if not, then I'll just convert to DMC. And then last but definitely not least was Mrs. Julia D. Brown's Portfolio by Needlework Press. So because I make portfolios and project bags, when I saw this and just like how vintage but cute it was, I immediately wanted to do this and make it into a portfolio. Like, make these the front and backs of them, but turn it into a portfolio for myself. And that is what I plan to do. So that's this one. So those were all my Nashville picks. I'm trying to think if I can think off the top of my head any runner-ups. I think one of them was Lindy Stitch's Love Hopes for All. That's the one with the white swan. That one was beautiful. But I was like, okay, I just want one, and Morning Musings one. So those are from Needlework Marketplace. And then, trying to organize as we go. Probably switching it up. I am part of the Night Stalkers Calling Patreon, where they send 3 different skeins of floss that they've dyed, and so these were the ones that came in, and I think they're super cute. I am contemplating on doing this top one for the March Stitch for Pride. I haven't done it yet. I'm kind of down to the wire, but I wanted some dedicated time to be able to listen to the education material while I stitch, so I think that'll be a good time for probably tomorrow or Monday. And then I can stitch it and listen. So those are those 3. Alright, and then some of my other ones that I got. Okay. What do we got here? I got 2 patterns from, let me see, from Meridian Designs. And I've seen them before. I like them a lot, but I never got them to be able to stitch. And when they popped up again on my feed or someone stitching it, and I just went, oh my gosh, they exist. I want to do them. And I was super happy that I got them in. So I got the paper copies, which a lot of my patterns, like, I've originally started with paper, and then I've definitely transitioned to like digital world, but I still love paper. But this year, I've been getting more paper charts. So I'm back and forth. Thankfully, I know how to do both, but right now it's a paper themed type of year. So without further ado, from Meridian Stitches, these are two beautiful mermaids. I think I mentioned in the retreat, if you put a beautiful lady with a tail, I will stitch it. Like, I will buy it and I will stitch it. So this is, right, the Arctic Ocean Mermaid. This is Kristin, the Arctic Ocean Mermaid. Isn't she beautiful? Oh my gosh. Mind you, and those belugas, like, I am in love. So good. Those are icicles up there that she's trying to touch. So beautiful. I may consider picking a bit of a darker fabric to have those icicles pop out. And to have her hair pop out more. But, oh, she was so beautiful. And then, not only did I get this one, I also got Mei Li, the South China Sea Mermaid. And she is beautiful too. Like, oh my gosh. Look at her. The flow of her in the seaweed, like the way that she's moving, movement in her tail. So good. It's just so good. Like I said, put a beautiful lady with a tail and I will stitch her. So those are the two that have come in from 123 Stitch because I couldn't handle myself. I got a Chatelaine design, the Hanging Gardens of Semiramis. I wanted something a little different from her typical mandalas. And this one reminds me, like, of the Gardens of Babylon. So I really like that concept. So I think it was on a little bit of a sale when I got it, and I wanted it. So I got that one. And then, because Flosstube has been on, like, a kit fever of just people mentioning kits that they want, kits that they have, and especially Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globes D-Stash. Like, I think for me, one of the things that I wondered were the Thomas Kinkade, like, kits. And I love Disney princesses. Especially for me, as a kiddo, I've loved Beauty and the Beast, but, like, I just looked at those kits and was very intimidated, especially from the backgrounds and stuff, but I finally said, okay, I would like to at least have one and try to stitch one. So I was looking through eBay, and I found one for reasonable, I thought, for me, reasonably priced, and it was the Beauty and the Beast one. So I ordered it, and the poor lady, like, I ordered it, and it came through when I was in Australia, and I told her I would let her know when I got it, and I have to let her know now that I got this one. But essentially, she sent me a very different pattern. I was like, this is not Thomas Kinkade. The one that I got was this one. And this is very detailed, like, very majestic eagle, but it is not my style. And so I said, oh, I went, and I messaged her. I said, hey, just so you know, I opened the package and it does not have Beauty and the Beast. I sent her a picture. She was like, oh my god, I'm sorry. Probably got things mixed up. She's like, you can keep that one. Don't worry, I'll send you it. So yesterday, the real Thomas Kinkade Beauty and the Beast came in. And it is the full kit. And I actually have this scene as a puzzle that I already did already. And I don't know when I'll start it, but I'm really happy to own it. Like I said, it comes with the fabric, comes with the threads. So I don't know what I'll do with that extra pattern. I was thinking of making it as a giveaway at some point. I'll have to see. We'll see if I ever decide to do that. If I do that, maybe one. Or if one of you is, like, absolutely dying for it, then let me know. And I don't mind shipping it to you. Alrighty. I think that's like all the haul, all the stuff. I think I got caught up. I think I've got like 10 minutes to be able to go to work. So I hope that you guys had a much better week than me, that y'all are staying healthy, staying safe out there, and I will hopefully see you in a couple of weeks. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye!